everybody out there in the beyond. Today is going to be another OC video. Hooray! Hello everybody. Today we're going to be talking about my fantastic little guy, my little scrumbly, Greg. The little guy on the screen, you see him? That's Greg. Yeah, my little man. We're going to be talking about him today, very briefly, but just giving a little bit of info about my little guy because I really love my little guy. Yeah, so let's get right into it. So just to start off, about a little information of Gregory's origins. So, Greg was made around ending of 2022. He basically started off as a joke character, completely just out of a blue design, just as a joke. He's inspired by like Frankie Stein for Monster High and Weird Al Yankovic, which is his voice claim. He basically just started out as a little joke guy. I was only gonna draw him once, but fell in love with his design, and now we're here in the big 25. He doesn't necessarily have a very deep story. It's just him being silly, but throughout the years, I've sort of kind of started adding like little tidbits of dramatic lore, not really affecting Greg per se, more of like the world around him and building his world and how he became to be in his whole little situation. But yeah, Greg started out as a complete joke character, became an official OC, and now I love him. He's one of my comfort characters, alongside Garrett. We love Greg. We love Greg so much. He's my little man. I doodle him like basically all of the time. He's stupid easy to draw. Yeah, so live, laugh, love. That's how Greg came to be. But now, on to his actual story. So we start this story in early 2010s, setting place in California, specifically El Segundo, California, for lore purposes. But we start the story off with a very twisted man named Victor Allen. Victor Allen sought out 4 people to basically create his perfect match, if you will. People he found appealing to make up an even more appealing person for his own personal gain, which these 4 people ever so tragically trusted Victor, which ended up being the fate of their demise. So throughout Victor gaining these innocent 4's trust and ultimately using their trust against them to create this project, this ultimate partner, he started growing paranoid, and he ultimately started developing his own delusions about what he was doing. Maybe it was the guilt, maybe it was his own mind breaking due to him taking months and months on this project. Maybe it was truly just his heart telling him that he needed to stop. But throughout all of his delusions, his paranoia, his visions, he decided to leave the project unfinished, but in a sense of where the project, unbeknownst to him, had gained a life that he did not know until the very end. And so, after Victor fled the scene with his tail between his legs, the project sat there, collecting dust and overall letting the years go past. But as the years went past, the project stayed the same. Didn't age, didn't grow, just stayed there lifeless. Until one day, a flash of lightning struck the house. As this flash of lightning struck said house, a green spark hit the bolts in between the project's neck, causing it to sprout up and say, "Oh my god, I'm born!" As the little creature decided that this life was theirs, finally realizing, "Oh my gosh, I'm a person," the project sprung off of the table, life-filled and eyes ready to see the world. But before it went off to see the world, it noticed it had hair in its eyes. So it went to the table, grabbed a little hairpin, put its hair back, and put a scrunchie in it. Boom! Eyesight is there! Looked in a mirror, looked at itself, and it was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm a person. Don't know how I can speak, but I'm a person." And so now, the project finally springing with life, new hairdo, new fresh start. It goes to a table, sees a paper, and sees 4 different names. Gilda, Ryan, Esther, and Gustavo. But not seeing who the names belonged to, or who his body belonged to, he decided to take the 4 main initials of those people's names. And thus, Greg was born, springing into its life, and finally taking charge of its existence. And thus, the little guy was born. Greg is here. So Greg takes a bus to Seattle and starts his adventure, being a little guy in Seattle. He's a little guy in Seattle, and he's having the best time of his life, meeting new friends, gaining trust in others, gaining a little friend group of other little guys who are weird, but they're also super rad with powers. And it's great. The story is completely unserious except for that first part, but I love my boy. Look at my boy go. Look at my boy go. Look at him. Look at him. He's great, guys. I love my little guy so much. But anyways, enough of my rambling about how much I love Greg. I hope you all enjoy Greg as much as I do, and I hope you cherish your little guys out there and just have fun with your little guys, because I love Greg. He was completely just like a random guy, and now he's my guy, my little guy. And I hope I can share all of my little guy with you all. But anyways, I'm gonna head out. I will see you guys in the next video. And as always, bye-bye.